Didn't know my boyfriend was trans. How to approach lovemaking. Hi, my boyfriend, 19 male, and I, 18 female, have been dating for just under a year and met through family members at an event just a couple weeks before we started dating. Obviously, because we started dating quite close to when we initially met, we didn't know a whole lot about each other, and we both said we wanted to get to a place where we're both close enough emotionally before we do anything intimate. So our intimate interactions have mostly just stopped at making out and some fondling. About a month ago he noticed that I was starting to get a bit more touchy and clingy, and I admitted that felt comfortable attempting to make love, and he agreed on his part too. However, for the past month each time I try and bring it up it's quite quickly shut down, and if we ever get heated then I'm normally the one who takes my clothes off first, and then he'll want to stop before we end up taking his off. I just choked it up to performance anxiety, so I tried to not push it at all. BC everyone goes at their own pace. I really like him, so I didn't want him to feel pressured at all. I went over to his house last night and we were making out, but whilst kissing, he got upset and started crying. I got a bit scared and asked him what was wrong or if something had happened, and he apologized for acting weird the past month. That's when he told me he was trans, female to male, and was scared that I would reject him. We started having a conversation about it, and that's when he told me he still had lady part and hadn't gotten bottom surgery. I was kinda shocked and asked if he was considering it, and he didn't say anything. The problem is that I'm a straight woman and I'm not attracted to girls or woman parts at all, but now I'm a bit confused. I'm okay with waiting if he does want bottom surgery. However, what if he doesn't? I'm not an overly intimate person, but I don't know how a relationship like that will turn out, and even if he does have bottom surgery neither of us will know how it will pan out. When he told me I said it was okay, would try having a go making love with him like this, but I got uncomfortable quite early on and begged him to stop. I left and we haven't spoken since. I obviously care about him and want him to feel comfortable and accept him for who he is, but I don't know how to approach this situation. Should we just push making love to the side altogether? Should we try like this again, or wait if there is a possibility of him having bottom surgery? How should we approach love making in the future? Update. When I first uploaded, I will say however I was initially surprised by the amount of people who were telling me to break up and saying I was misled, etc. And to a certain degree I understand and think those people are correct. I'll be honest, the fact that I was lied to for so long didn't even cross my mind as being a hurtful or mean thing. My immediate reaction was to empathize with him and his situation, and I think I had a hard time doing that while recognizing, simultaneously, that it was okay for me to be hurt by his actions and decisions. I think to a certain degree I underestimated the emotional impact it would have on myself as an individual. I think I don't really know how to come to terms with the fact that I was lied to for so long, as this is my first relationship and intimate encounter ever, and I'm having a hard time attempting to figure out what I want for myself. Although I do believe that his fear to come out was justified and his identity as a trans man should be protected, I don't really want to use it to excuse or negate the fact that I may be feeling hurt or feel betrayed, especially as it was my first time. I think it may take a while to build up the trust and respect I initially had. To the people in the comments saying that lying about something this big, lying in admission of the fact that the foundation of our relationship had lies within it, I think you're justified. I would prefer to not push it to the side and think that all is well and good now, because I'm still feeling hurt and slightly manipulated, especially as it could mean that there are lies in other areas of our relationship. But to the others in my comment section saying that him coming out is a big deal and the fact that he may have been scared to do so as a trans individual, I think you are justified also. With some of the rights of the LGBTQ plus a bit up in the air at the moment in Italy, I think his fear to come out was justified, and I really empathize with him in this aspect. I've never had to come out or expose myself like that to anyone before, and even if I did, my family members and parents are very liberal in this aspect, so I couldn't even wrap my head around any of the fears he must have had regarding this. I talked to my boyfriend, and for now we have agreed that bottom surgery isn't likely to happen. We scrolled a bit through subreddits and a few of the comments and agreed that it is likely that it may be too dangerous health-wise. However, thank you for everything. A lot of people who replied who may not have known, but you all gave me quite a lot more confidence to be clearer to my boyfriend on what exactly I wanted intimate-wise and put up clear boundaries of what I was and was not comfortable with. As I said in the previous post, we tried having female for female lovemaking, but I got uncomfortable. I told him that it will not be likely that we will do this again. I was quite happy I stood up for myself and was able to create boundaries. This is also both of our first relationships and we both have our V cards, so please understand that I'm pretty sure my boyfriend was likely to be scared to come out. Thank you for people trying to give me perspective and saying that I'm still young and trying to figure stuff out. I am, but so is my boyfriend. I don't think what he did was malicious. This was his first time also, but I do wish he came to me sooner, as I have been wondering if there was something I must have done to distrust me and not want to inform me about being trans. I'm a strong ally of the LGBTQ plus community, and even though I am cis and straight, my heart does go out to all the trans people and children who are struggling with their identities and their place in the world. Please remember that someone will love and accept you for who you are, and do the best to protect yourselves. For our relationship moving forward, we have decided to take a bit of a break, basically get some space, explore our options and not be so tied down by trying to force something, whilst also experimenting on the side. I guess kind of like friends with benefits. I think the important thing is to be patient and to not attempt something that may actually scar us in the long run. We have decided to try toys and had some fun Googling a bunch. We will probably go up to Milan during the week and just look around any adult shops as the LGBTQ scene is a bit more prominent than in our province. However, if the relationship doesn't work out, then I think I'll be happy that I at least gave it a go and I stayed true to my values and morals, as this is likely to be someone I admire and love regardless of if we're able to rebuild the relationship. Neither of us are trying to pressure ourselves into the relationship, and if I find someone I believe I suit better and have better intimate chemistry with, I will bring it forth. I saw a few comments about trauma on his part, which could be the reason for his omission. This is a sensitive topic and is something I tried to bring up lightly to him. If any bad intimate experiences has led him to be this way with me. He answered no, and from what I know we both have our V cards and this our first intimate experience, so there hasn't been anyone else significant in our lives. Also, for children, I've never really wanted kids just for a bunch of personal reasons and my insane fear of childbirth, so I doubt I'd want kids regardless of if my boyfriend was transgender or not. Anyways, thank you guys for reading.